Liam. Hello.
Today we have his Corolla. Tell us a little bit about your Corolla. What is it? What year? What model?
It is a 1996 Toyota Corolla, specifically an AE101, with the big boy engine, the 1.8 liter 7A FE. Oh yeah, all the sports.
Yeah. And tell us where you got this car, the history, where it came from.
It came from a sad life. I got it from Souk for $500. It was a car that a family had used to teach all three of their children to drive. So when I got it, it being a standard and it having a lot of people learning on it, needed some clutch work, and the transmission made some funny noises that ended up being a little worse than I anticipated. But yeah, it had a hard life before I got it.
It was a rough time, a rough go. Was there any oil in your transmission?
Not originally when I got it,
Okay.
no. The noises coming from it were not a throat-bearing noise. They were a no oil in the transmission noise.
That's lovely. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Your manual.
Actually though, yeah. Oh god, my hips.
Give us a quick rundown of what you've done, what modifications you've done to this car.
One of the most important modifications to any older vehicle, especially one with 345,000 kilometers on it, is basic maintenance. So it got a new clutch, and a lot of oil resealing of the engine and cooling system upgrades like a new radiator, hoses, all that sort of stuff. Once you get all the basic maintenance sorted out, performance-wise, it has coilovers, it has a nice header and aftermarket exhaust. It doesn't really add too much performance, but yeah, it doesn't hurt. Some nice interior mods, aftermarket bucket seat, steering hub, and aftermarket steering wheel to get the wheel in a nice position for me. And then some fancy shift power raisy boys to get that shifter up. Nice seating position things. Again, being eight man. Ugh. Basically being comfortable in the car and in a seating position where you can operate the controls in a good fashion is important. And then other than that, there's no interior in the car. Most of what I did was weight savings to try and get the weight down. It started out at 2,300 pounds, I think, 2,350, and now it weighs about 2,030 pounds after all the weight reductions.
And what is the primary use of this car? Why did you buy it?
I bought it for Grippy Feet, which is a local kind of lapping days that we do that started out as kind of an invite-only thing that's now expanded to a little more than that. So basically go out in 5-minute run groups and drive in a sporting fashion on a racetrack where you're not hurting people.
Try not to overheat your car?
Yeah, don't wreck your stuff.
Perfect. Sweet. And what is your most favorite and least favorite thing about this car? If you had to put a...
The transmission is 110% the least favorite. It's now a 4-speed. I don't use 4th gear because it doesn't like to stay in 4th gear.
Perfect.
But the most favorite thing is that it's, let alone the fact that it's a fun car to drive in a sporting fashion, it's been very reliable and very good on fuel.
You do daily it, don't you?
Yeah, it's a daily driver. It's an excellent daily driver.
It's a sport drive.
Sports daily. Yeah. So it's a good all-around good car.
Good boy.
Good car.
Is good. Sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I do. Due to the car having really high kilometers and getting a little worn out in some areas, it burns a bit of oil, transmission doesn't shift great. What I would really like to do, because in Japan these cars came with the 4AG blacktop, so a 20-valve cylinder head, ITBs, rev real high, don't make a ton of horsepower, but for a 1.6 liter, they're 150, 160 horsepower, and they are a direct bolt-in and very easy to install in these cars because they came from the factory in Japan like that. So I would love to do something like that with the vehicle. It's not quite in the cards yet, but that'd be a nice little boost. The car doesn't need, a car like this isn't meant to have lots of horsepower. Good old cornering speed is what you do for the fun sports in this guy.
And do you have any regrets with your build so far? Or what you would do differently?
Oh, I don't actually regret very much. The car has been very good. It's been a reliable daily driver. It has been very good at the racetrack. Hasn't given me any problems. I had some slight braking issues at one point with the brakes overheating quite badly.
Yes.
Don't use economy brake pads. Well, they weren't economy, but don't use generic brake pads on a car you're going to race at the track. Premiums. Premium, dude. So yeah, it does now have stock brakes, new rotors. Oh yeah, I melted the center caps. Yeah, that was good. The wheels got so hot. But it has Hawk HP streets. So they're a fairly basic brake pad, but slightly better. They resist fade much better than the OEM pads. So otherwise, I don't really have any regrets with the car. It's actually been quite a good car in many aspects.
What we're making Liam do is a speed tour of his car. So since this is a race car, we're doing a race tour. So Liam's gonna do tip to tail of this car, and he's gonna go right now.
Okay, so we've got the engine. It's an engine with a header and a full exhaust system, 2.5 inch. We have some very, very sportsing polyurethane engine mounts. These are to stiffen up, make the engine nice and tight. We got some fancy coilover boys here. Look at these. We got pink tops, pink tops. There we go. 8K, 6K springs. We got the mods for the caster. We got our big grippy boy tires here. Bridgestone RE71Rs. In behind there, we got ourselves some fancy Hawk HP Street racing pads. Make the car stop it. We come over here. It's got a battery in it. Look at that. There's a battery. Inside the automobile, there's a racing bucket seat to hold you nice and tight. We got the steering wheels for a nice seating position. Oh my god. We got the sports shifter mods. That's to raise your shifter up, give you that nice seating position, make your controls nice and accessible. Boom. What else do we got? Let me show you. We got everything. We got doors. The car's got doors. They open. Inside the doors, there's nothing. No seats. No seat belts. No headliner even. Look at that. Nothing. Hello Kitty badge. Very important. You want to pop the bum? You want to pop the bum? We're going to pop the bum. Let's pop that bum. Pop it. Pop it. We're going to pop it.
We're gonna speed run.
In the back, we have the most essential to all racing sports. We got some 19-inch Infinity rims. Let me tell you, those are what you really want to have. These are going to be going on the car later. No, they are not. Oh yes, look at that. Nothing in the trunk either. We took it out there as well to save the weight. Lightweight. 2,030 pounds. Poppers. There's more poppers.
Tell us about your automobile.
It's a Tesla. It's a Model 3. It's quiet and it's kind of fancy.
What's the mile per gallon?
It drives
No,
itself.
90 miles per gallon.
Yeah, it's cheap. It's cheap on fuel. It's good on gas.
Oysters per cockroach just get.
3 or 4 on a good day. My name's Danny Cox.
Okay. What do you do for work?
I'm a real estate agent.
Okay.
Just show them.
Clearly, I
How
know.
do you know this
Look
person?
at this.
Do you know
This is the worst part.
Yeah, that's.
Oh.
Yep. Well, I shouldn't have pulled in. So.
We also have Matt here. He has not had coffee, and he's gonna do a speed run of his car as well. Here you go.
Okay, there we have a header. We have a Y8 intake manifold. It's all fancy. Catch can. It shakes. Yeah, Liam's shaking it. Aftermarket rad for the coolings. Strut brace. Has suspension on it. Has winter tires on it right now.
Winter sports.
Nice Recaro SPG. Nardi. All the essentials. No cage. Sort of stripped. Booty popping. Rear strut brace. Spare tire for flats. Oh yeah. Ooh, the GTX. Got the GTX in there.
Dun da da.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's simple.
letting me review his car, and thank you to Matt and also Danny for showing their cars.
Cox Lidstone Realty.
Yep, Cox Lidstone Realty. Thank you to my sponsors, Doyle Childs of Remax of Duncan, to Liz from Bite Me Cookie Company, and to Quinn from SpeedHero. Hopefully soon I will have figured out what I'm going to do with my rear end of my Corolla. I'm currently planning. If you have more ideas, let me know. And thanks so much for watching. Bye!